This is the first of a series of drawings that I made on a trip from Land's End to John O'Groats. It was my self-initiated F7 project, my final self-initiated project from college. So it reads, on Wednesday, March the 16th, 1988, I left Exeter for Land's End. Having covered the southwest, I had a short break before heading off to John O'Groats. These drawings are a record of my journey, an eventful journey which took me 3,000 miles, over 31 counties, and to 35 cities, towns and villages. So this is Land's End. I was using inks, bottled inks at this point, which I quite liked. I tried to capture moments. Some of these I did quick sketches in a sketchbook and then worked them up in cafes or in the car, pubs, wherever I was. I think that one was done in situ, I can tell by the way it's drawn. And I believe I've used a sort of pencil to pick out some of these lines. That one I definitely did a sketch, I remember, when I worked it up in a cafe. Children collecting crabs with their dad. That one I clearly drew in the cafe. Our Don, St Ives, was one of the locals. I believe I may have drawn that in the car. And I was in a tiny little Bond bug, little three-wheel Bond bug. And I slept in it as well. So it's quite a mission. My landlord gave me a huge fruit cake to take with me when I set off on the second leg, which was very kind of him. That's Falmouth. The wind is predominantly from this direction, so the trees grow like that on the hills, on the cliffside. Clearly I've added that illustrator's license because the old sea dog didn't really have a parrot on the lead, but just thought it would be quite amusing. Fruit merchants at Plymouth Harbour. Just got a Tesco bag, I just noticed. Cap and Jasper's, that was a great place to go after the pub at night for burgers, hot dogs and things like that. Well, they're written there, Cap and Jasper's, where foul language rules and good manners are a thing of the past. Cheap tea, though. Another little cafe stop. That's the prison officers' mess. In Princetown. Dartmoor prison. Some sheep on the moors of Devon. That was actually the first drawing I did. The rolling hills of Devon just outside Exeter. I just pulled in and sketched that from the window of the car. Glastonbury tour. Some weird vibes going on in that place. I always like that one. Wells Cathedral. Limited colour palette. I quite like that. The same again with that quick sketch at Weston-super-Mare, or Weston-super-Mud as you call it, because the tide goes out so far you're left with lots of mud. Again, Weston-super-Mare, the Grand Atlantic Hotel, onto a sepia tone there. Gen Limited palette, I quite like that though. Weston-super-Mare's pier. She spent a while at Weston-super-Mare. Ice cream parlour. Tetbury. Quite loose there. Yeah, it's plastic pencil and and ink, very light ink washes. It might be watercolour actually, that. Now I'm looking at it, I think that's watercolour. And the previous one. Once someone's pride and joy, a discarded Lambretta. That would be worth thousands now. Wonky old Tetbury. And the church at Tetbury. I've adjusted the spire height, should be a little bit higher. And that's the end of the first book. So thanks very much for watching.